Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett and thank you for spending some time with me today because in this video, we are talking about some of the design mistakes that are making your house look cheap and you could easily fix to elevate and make your home look like it's magazine worthy. Okay, the first thing that I see all of the time that so many people have in their home that it just holds your design back is your television placement. And I know you've heard the basics before about where to put it, how to mount it, how high, all of these things. But I'm gonna tell you why you need to fix it and why it's holding your home back. Because when you mount your television too high, it really changes the entire proportion and the scale of the space. It changes everything that we see visually because a television is a black screen. It's big, it's bulky, and that really draws our eye directly to it. It's one of the first things your eye goes to in the space. And when it's hung too high, immediately we're just looking at that. It looks so high because of the horizontal nature of a television, right? It looks completely out of place. Sit down on your sofa and see where are my eyes, what is directly in front of me. That should be the general area for the center of your television. Doing this makes it so much cleaner and it eliminates the need for you to have like a television mount where it leans and then we can just see the whole back side of the TV and it gets dusty in there. And if the TV's hung up by the ceiling where some of these people put it, you can't get back there and clean it. That makes sense to me. Putting your TV in the natural position of where you can view it easily makes things more usable, more comfortable, and look better because it also means that we can flush mount a television on the wall. When your TV is mounted flush against the wall, like it doesn't have a big like lean to it, we can't see the back of it, it immediately looks cleaner, tidier, and it looks more intentional. Okay, underneath your television, we want to have something that is obviously low enough that we can have something on top of it without blocking the TV screen. So we want a nice low media console. That's why when you see media consoles online, they're always like so low to the ground. It's because if you hang your TV in the right spot, like it's gonna be low. And I am not that designer that's gonna be like, no TV in the room. It is 2026. I'm just gonna watch the TV if I want to. Okay, my new shows are out. I need to get caught up. I wanna see the movie. I'll just have it on as background noise. I don't even care. I like having a television in the room and I like a big TV too. Once you put that one principle into place, just mounting your television in the right spot, everything else comes together and your home doesn't look inexpensive. It doesn't look like it's just thrown together or like you're just in the space. It looks intentional, it looks designed, it looks elevated, and designer approved. Now it really comes down to those fine details that make your house look like elevated and gorgeous and luxury and expensive. And sometimes that's not your ultimate goal and that's fine. But when you are decorating your home, it is easy to get hung up and do things incorrectly and make mistakes, and you can avoid them by working with a designer and doing a consultation with someone like me where I can look at your space. You can show me around no matter what your style is, no matter what the space is. I've got the answers to your questions. So head down to the link in the description box down below or go to intro.co/GarrettLeChic to book a one-on-one virtual consultation with me, and I will see you over there. Something else that is making your house look cheap, not thoughtful, inauthentic, all of the things is art sets. And we've talked about furniture sets and all sorts of things, but art sets can be just as bad. Now they can also be very good, but they can be just as bad because art sets inherently look generic. They just do, especially if it's just like an abstract thing and its shapes and colors, whatever, they look generic. And that's not bad, okay? Like a fillered piece of art, I'm not mad at. When you make that the focal point of your space, that's when it starts to be like, oh, is this a staged home? Or, well, maybe I don't even know what to say because it doesn't tell me anything about you because it's generic. When you are looking for generic art that is not like, you know, this incredible thing or whatever, and you want affordable, budget-friendly stuff that's maybe oversized, I totally respect that. Get it in a color, get it in a reference to what else is going on in the space so that it starts to feel intentional, like it's a part of the whole. Even if it's not custom, one-off artwork. Hey, not everybody has the budget for that, and it's totally fine. And some people will find a piece of art and design their whole space around it. That's a good way to go about it too, but when you are getting two pieces and it's like they're from the same collection and it's like art prints that are, you know, like the inverted versions of each other, or like it looks like one's upside down versus the other, it looks like it. We can tell and we see that, and it feels like it is staged. Like the house has been, it's like a builder grade home. Like it's a model home, it's a staged house. It's designed to be impersonal. Just be more intentional and don't think that everything has to match, especially not artwork. Artwork sets the stage, and artwork is where you show personality in your home. That's where we learn something about you and what you think, whether it's, hey, I just have really great eye for color in this space, and so I use these pieces, or I really love modern design and chic, sophisticated things, and so you have very modern artwork. That's great. Maybe you're classic and you love landscapes or impressionism, and that's cool. All right, like we love all of that. I'm not the person that's going to judge the context of your artwork. That's sort of irrelevant to me. I really don't care what it is because that's not what is going to reflect me. Like your home doesn't need to look like mine, and it shouldn't. I don't want it to. What are you, like a stalker? I know there are plenty of people on this platform that want to be me so badly, but that's a little bit out of left field for me. I don't like that. So you do you and be personal. Don't get generic art sets that look like they're from a staged home, and make sure if you're going to do that, they match the color scheme and they actually work in the space. They are the correct size and the colors work beautifully, and make sure you're intentional about it and you're not just saying, here's a piece of art that'll fit on my wall, let's get it and hang it up. Artwork needs to be more than that, at least in my opinion. Another thing that is making your home look cheap, and I kind of hate to say it because it's sort of the opposite of what you think it is, okay? You think it's making your home look like luxurious and beautiful, is your glam style shag rug. No, I don't like it. I don't like that. You know what I mean, that like shiny shag rug, and it like is glistening and it's in like a cream or a pink or some kind of color like that. It's not doing what you think it is. It's not making your space look more luxury and expensive. It's making it look glam, yes. And there is certain feminine qualities that you get from a rug like that, that I think work in a space, a softness, a delicate nature to it. But the problem is you get that feeling from it because it is delicate, because it is soft. And shag rugs will always get matted. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how expensive it is. I don't care what it's made out of. It will always get matted. It's either gonna get matted or it's gonna shed. And then it looks a mess and it looks disgusting. I don't like that. Plus, you really cannot vacuum a shag rug like that. How are you cleaning that? Because is it not getting tangled up in the vacuum cleaner? Make that make sense to me. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I don't like that at all. I think what looks more expensive, more luxurious, more high-end is honestly a wool tufted area rug. And I don't say that lightly because I'm not the biggest fan of a tufted area rug. If you don't care for it properly, if it hasn't been made really well, the construction of it is not good, it always sheds and they can actually fall apart. So you have to be careful with them. But even that is way more luxurious in my opinion than a glam style shag rug with the shiny, like shagginess of it. It looks like plastic. It looks like plastic to me, and I don't like that. Another thing that always makes your home look a little bit cheap is about trends, specifically mixing different trends together instead of mixing styles together. Here's the thing about trends. When something becomes popular online and it starts getting picked up, a lot of people like it and they see it, it starts getting mass produced, and then the quality goes down. So when you are the person, when you're like updating, you're renovating, you're redecorating your home, you go to the store and see what's there and you're like, this is cool, that's new, I saw this online, like let me get this one thing or that one thing, and you start mixing all of it together, it looks like it. It doesn't look intentional. It doesn't look like you designed it or whatever. It looks like you furnished it with what the latest trendy thing was for that space. And this is true of even home renovations too. If you say, I need to get a new living room set, well, how is it tying in with the existing dining room set and bedroom furniture and entry furniture? Like, how is it mixing in with all of those things? Because we need to have reference points so it makes sense, it looks logical, to keep the timeless aesthetic going. And that's not indicative of any one style. If you really like a very traditional, like country style, that's great. You don't need to bring black velvet and boucle in, and you don't need to do slat paneled walls with that too, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't look good. It doesn't make sense. It looks cheap. It looks like you went through time and you were like, this is the latest trend. I should have that in my house, and you did it. Don't be that person. Keep it consistent style-wise. Now, if you want to have that sort of curated look in your home, you mix different styles of furniture, but you have to be consistent about doing that throughout spaces. So if you want to do a farmhouse table with, mid-century style chairs, go for it. You can do that. Make sure there is something else farmhouse, something else mid-century in the room across from it or next to it or down the hall or whatever, so that it feels consistent and intentional, like you meant for this to happen. Another thing that is making your house look cheap, and I'm sorry to tell this to you, but sometimes you've been taking the easy way out and you need to hear this, is a bedding set, a matching set of bedding. I remember the good old days, like when I was a kid, my mom would be like, we're going to the store, we're getting new bedding. It would be like the bed in a bag, right? Like you would get the comforter, you would get the pillow, you would get the matching shams and everything. It's giving you went to some like department store and you bought it on clearance. That's what it's giving and that's what it looks like. And that's okay if you did. Like, I love a good deal. All right, like I'll give you that. I mean, I'm not gonna cheap out on my bedding. I like luxurious bedding, okay? Like if I'm sleeping in it, if I'm, between the sheets and all of the things, like it needs to be gorgeous. Even if I'm sleeping in it, like maybe my eyes are closed, but I'm enveloped in it, okay? That's beside the point. You don't need to do this bedding sets and all of this stuff. It's like a matching set. You think it's making it easier, but it actually doesn't work as well as you think it does, and it doesn't tie into what's actually happening within the space. So if you're like, hey, I want a patterned comforter and what's it gonna be? I personally wouldn't go with a patterned comforter at all. I actually think that's dated too. So I think you're better off going with solids and neutrals. I'm a white sheet person. I'm gonna do white sheets on the bed, keep it classic and simple, and then I can get a comforter in a color that ties in, enhances my space. I can add a quilt over top of it, a throw blanket of some sort that has another color that ties in, or maybe they're all just soft neutrals that are beautiful. I don't even do shams. I personally am not a sham person. I'd like a pillowcase, like a beautiful, crisp pillowcase. Maybe the ones in the back match the comforter. Maybe I have two of them that are white to match the sheets. And then where I'm gonna play around and have fun with a pattern or a detail is gonna be in an accent pillow, like a throw pillow I put on the bed. I'm not into having 20 pillows on the bed. I'm not gonna tell you, oh, have three throw pillows. There's gonna be 3 of them on the floor in this house, hon, okay? I don't like that. When you're using a pattern, we take the background color of that pattern and we match it to the space. Like your wall color. If your walls are blue, you can do a comforter that has a blue background on it. If your walls are pink, you can do a comforter with a pink background on it and a pattern or stripes or florals or whatever you want, okay? Be consistent about the background color of that pattern. That way it's softer, it blends in, it's easier to see and move past visually. And then we mix that with solids. Gonna do solids colored set of sheets. Like I said, I like a white sheet, so I'm gonna do a white sheet. I might do a pillowcase that matches the color of the comforter in the back behind my pillow. And then you can do an accent pillow in another color that pulls from the patterns in the actual comforter. Be consistent about it. Don't think you're just gonna go to the store and get the prepackaged set and call it a day, because it looks like when you see online like an Airbnb and you're like, oh yeah, they just went to like some big box store where you can buy your home decor and a rug and bedding and milk at the same time. Like, something is off about that to me. And they just bought all of it at once, okay? That's what it's giving. That's what it looks like. It looks like you took the easy way out, and that doesn't ever feel luxurious or high-end or beautiful. It doesn't have to be super expensive, but it can look like it without having to spend the money. And I love that for you. Now, the biggest mistake you could possibly make in your home when you're decorating that is going to make it look cheap, that is going to make it just not look good, that is going to make your life even harder, is not establishing a design plan. Make a mood board. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to draw floor plans to scale and all of this. You can do that, and it's a great tip, okay? Wonderful. But create a mood board. Take all of the images, take some inspiration, think about what you want that to look like, put all of it together so you can see your vision come to life. And so that if you are decorating over time, over a period of time, you can then reference back to that and always see what your intention was. What do I want it to look like? And then build off of that to figure out what's gonna work best for you. If you have a difficult space, okay, I've made a million videos on difficult living rooms and layouts and all of this stuff, okay? think about where the furniture needs to go. Think about how many seats you need to have in that space. There's nothing worse than, you get a sofa and a chair and then, you have 10 people over and everybody else is standing. What are they, sitting on the floor? Host of the year. Love that for you. Think about what you actually need in your space and how to make it convertible, how to make it livable, how to get the most out of it so that it really looks good. This is where planning comes into play and maybe a little bit of design advice customized for you, but that's also beside the point. I've said that a million times in this video, but I also think it's hilarious, so that's beside the point. Well, there you have it, everyone. Thanks for spending some time with me today. If you want a good laugh and a walk down memory lane, be sure you check out this video right here, one of my first viral videos, all about some other things that make your home look cheap. Yes, I may have been a little bit sassy in that video, but like I said, I'm in my angelic era. For now, be sure you check it out and I will see you over there.